Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the penultimate episode of Andor Season 2, Episode 11. Who else knows? This is also the penultimate episode of the series as a whole, but you know, them are the breaks. So I have waited every time I watch the show. I make a video, so I haven't watched the last one and I'm very excited. This one, before I get into spoilers, the pacing on this episode and the tension and the building and the storytelling was so good. It was over before I noticed. Like we got to the end and I was like, "What the hell?" I almost let the second one. I almost let the last one keep playing, but we have a plan here at next issue, and I'm not gonna deviate from it. So let's get into this episode. Of course, we get a really. I mean, the recaps have been so good. It is really funny that they didn't give us a recap at the beginning of the season, but if you go on Disney Plus, there is a recap there. There's also something really good on YouTube, and they've been doing also these like disassembled behind the scenes. I forget what they're called, debriefs or something like that on YouTube of like the 3 episode batches where we get a lot of really good information about the show. Unfortunately, they do them in batches, so I can't really watch them until I've seen all three. But let's get into this one. It's called Who Else Knows? Obviously, this is the Imperial question. Krennic pretty much asking, Who else knows? We get some fallout from the hospital, right? Here now is kind of in charge of everything after having arrested Deidre. They're looking through the tapes, looking through security, trying to figure out who did this, how many people were there, how many people are involved in all this. They'll be surprised when they find out that it was a very small amount of people, just one. Deidre is also interrogated by Krennic. Very tense scene. I think it's played so well. Man, Ben Mendelsohn and I forget the name of the performer who does Deidre's character. They are so good. Like Deidre always trying to maintain that persona, that tough persona on the outside. But I mean, Krennic is an intimidating dude, right? He's not playing around. He wants to know how she knew about Galen Erso. Obviously, she had some information that maybe she shouldn't have. It's really, really cool. We continue following the ISB investigation of all the events while we see Clea back at the apartment, trying to put together this radio. It's all kind of hidden in the walls of the apartment, but she does finally send the message out, kind of like a little Morse code almost. We do get to see that red flashing light, and that's how Cassian knew when he saw that flashing light. That's how Cassian knew that there was a mission coming or something was about to happen. So it's a really nice callback to that. Meanwhile, in Yavin 4, Willem sees the message. So Will sees the message, goes to Cassian. We catch Cassian playing some kind of tiles game with K2 and Melshi. Melshi is a character that I think we are just being introduced to, but he seemed pretty chummy with Cassian. He seemed pretty chummy with K2. Alan Tudyk, great performance. I love it. I'm so glad to hear him back as one of my favorite droids on Star Wars. If you don't know, the droids are some of my favorite things in Star Wars because, or some of my favorite characters because of the aesthetic. The droid aesthetic looks so cool. Uh, as I mentioned, Ben Mendelsohn once again. He meets with Paragast. He meets with here. Scary dude. Like the way he just demeans these people as if they are nothing, even though those are his own Imperial people, his peers. He doesn't see them as that. Really, really cool. Cassian receives one more message and readies one more time for maybe the final mission before the event of Rogue One. He jumps into a U-wing. That's a transport that I know very well because of the Star Wars Unlimited game that I play. One of the cards is called U-wing, and it's a very powerful card. So that was really fun to get that and to see an actual U-wing in action, right? So we get some classic Cassian and K2 banter, which I miss so much from Rogue One, which I can't wait to rewatch. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it sometime this weekend. There's a lot of stuff coming out in theater. There's a lot of stuff. Things I need to catch up on, but Rogue One will make it into the rotation. I'll be making a video for that as well. It'll be fun to check back in on my favorite movie in Star Wars. Meanwhile, here it goes to see Deidre in the cell because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to chase these rebels. And even though Deidre has been blamed and pretty much being held prisoner for all this, like she still helps out. So maybe she's trying to get back in good graces. I don't know. Cassian goes back to Coruscant, but of course, the ISB is on the trail of Clea's message. and they go into the building. Uh, Claire's being really stubborn about leaving that apartment, and I don't know why. I know Luton has a reputation, but I don't think she would be unwelcome in Yavin, especially because we know how important everything that she's had been doing was for the rebellion, whether they want to admit it or not. Um, Eventually, the ISB closes down the building, and that's when K2 is on the move. K2 is so cool, and he just starts taking out Imperials left and right. The Imperials close in on the apartment. They go to the one right below it, and they realize that the one they want is the one above. And yeah, this is when the episode just kind of ends, and I was like, "What the hell? You're gonna leave me like this?" So yeah, the pacing was so good, just really cool, tension building. I can't wait. The next episode is called like just it's just called Words from Rogue One. It's like Jeddah, Scarif, like just things that I know from Rogue One, the movie. It's gonna be bonkers bananas, and I can't wait. So let me end this video so I can go watch the last episode. But if you've been watching these reviews, thank you very much. Let me know what are your favorite parts of this show so far. Let me know, have you gone back to watch Rogue One yet? Are you done with the series? Are you ahead of me? And then of course come back to talk about the finale, talk about Rogue One, and talk about all the fun stuff that we have coming up in the channel. So as always, thank you for watching. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. I can't believe we've made it to 4,000 subs. That's really, really cool. So keep sharing this, keep growing, keep subscribing. Let's keep talking about Star Wars and all this other fun stuff. So as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye.